This is the review of a Chinese EV brand, XPENG. This is the XPENG G6 SUV. You can tell the brand here with the X logo in front. And this car has been in Singapore for almost a year. This comes in two configurations. Standard range, which is 80% of the G6 you see in Singapore, and long range, which is the one we're testing today. As you can see, it's got really smart app features, able to remotely drive, navigate, and park. And in this video, we'll give you a tour of the exterior and the interior, the driving experience, the app experience, all the smart features, and share a final verdict on who should be getting the XPENG G6. Click subscribe to stay updated to more videos on EVs. Let's start by talking about price. This car is meant to be a Tesla Model Y competitor. So globally, it actually has slightly lower pricing than the Model Y in most countries. That was true in the Cat B world. So the standard range starts at 213 Sing dollars, inclusive of Cat B COE, and the long range version here, which is up to 570 kilometers WLTP range, is around 230,000 Sing dollars, inclusive of Cat B COE. And you get a quick car. For the long range, the acceleration goes from 0 to 100 in 6.2 seconds, and for the standard range, it's 6.6 seconds. You will see, very common in new EVs now, a very long daytime running light throughout the length of the car. And you can see there are lots of sensors. This car has LiDAR built in. There is a newer 2025 refresh version coming in the future that switches LiDAR to pure vision. Now, if you join us to the side, you can see that it's got large Michelin tires. And here, there are cameras all around the car. You see the XPENG logo, front-facing camera, rear-facing camera, even have side-facing cameras as well underneath the side mirrors. There are lights going through the side mirrors. This version that we're test driving is black on black. So black interior as well, which is quite dark, especially at night. I like whiter interior, so you get options to pick different interior and exterior colors. The door handles are flush, and when you want to open, you just pull the handle like so. Very easy. And it actually self-presents when you walk in closely when you have the app. The other way to open a car apart from the app is this key fob, this XPENG key fob. You can see it comes with 4 different commands: lock, unlock, and you've got the trunk opening as well. Now, as we make our way to the back, you will see the charge port on the rear right. To open the charge port, you can go to the XPENG app and click on port, and it opens the charge port over here, revealing 11 kilowatt AC charging. With its 800 volt architecture, it has really fast DC fast charging. This long range version has 280 kilowatt DC fast charging. If you get a standard range version, it's 215 kilowatts, which if you compare it to a Tesla, a rear wheel drive Tesla has 175 kilowatts, and a long range of performance Tesla would have 250 kilowatts. So this is faster. However, we don't have that many very fast chargers in Singapore or Malaysia just yet. They are being built. To close it, just press this lock button and the charge port closes. As we make our way to the back, one of the key highlights of the XPENG is the space in the car. First, you'll see the whole brand name spelled out here, rear camera, the G6 badge for this SUV, and the trunk cover is here. You click this button at the bottom, and it reveals a large 571 liter trunk space. It is very spacious. Apart from Tesla Model Y, this is one of the largest trunk space you can get with additional hidden storage below. It's pretty tall. When you're done, you can just press this button and the trunk closes. As we continue making our way to the side, you will see again the rear lights in one long strip, and you can see the XPENG logo on the side. Further down, for many EVs, more brands are introducing front storage space. So let's see if this car has any storage space in front. So the way to open the front, we go back to the front doors and we pull this latch down here. There's no app access to open the front, so we've got to pull this latch 2 times for safety. And let's make our way to the front. And use 2 hands to lift it up. So you can see there is no front storage space. Even though it's a rear-wheel drive vehicle, they currently don't allow any space in there. As you knock it, you can see that it's hollow. So hopefully future versions of XPENG vehicles will have front storage space. Here is where you replace your wiper fluid. So you just click this, open this panel. It does take a bit more effort to open the panel, but you can see it's over here. So wiper fluid panel. And when you're done, you just close it like so. This one reveals the VIN, and you can see the latch for the front is these two here. So close them like that and push in both sides. And that's it. Now let's check out the rear seats. Because it's a black car, so everything's really dark inside. The night lights help in just giving a bit more space. So you can see the door buttons in the XPENG G6 are these round circle buttons. So when I click them, they open and close the door. It's a little bit of a small learning curve, but once you get used to it, very easy. As I open the doors, you can see these round buttons. These are the door opening buttons. There's small cup holder space here. There's an additional storage space behind the seats. Now, there are two USB-C charge ports behind for charging your devices. Okay, one thing to take note of for these rear aircons is that you can't adjust the angle of the aircon behind. So when you pull this left and right, pulling it left just closes the aircon. This is aircon off. Pulling in the center, aircon on. However, the wind only blows towards the center. So there's no way to move the wind sidewards for now. Hopefully, XPENG provides options for rear passengers to change this in the future. Here in the back, you can see that it's a comfortable recline because there's this lever here to shift the recline back and forth. So if you look at my back, I can pull it all the way back. So I'm at maximum recline right now. And when I want to bring it forward, release. And this is the straightest we can get. Very comfortable, very spacious. And here in the back seat, you can see a full panoramic glass roof. So rear passengers can enjoy the clouds, starry skies, and have a wider sense of space in this cabin. Passengers who've driven and sat on the XPENG G6 really like the space for the back. This is a very good family car. Now, come join me in front and I'll give you a short tour of the front before we go for a drive. Welcome to the front cabin of the XPENG G6. In here you get a minimalist interior. There's a 15-inch center touchscreen. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So it detects that my phone is nearby and it prompts me to go to Apple CarPlay. I click go and it loads Apple CarPlay. Very simple. And there is a 10-inch driver instrument panel. A lot of customization. If I want to customize what the display shows, I just long press one of these buttons. And you can see the dot hamburger menu comes. It allows me to change music, speedometer, tire pressure, and also efficiency and map. Likewise, on the left side, I can do the same as well with all these changes. When I'm happy, just press the button again and it's ready. I'll put on my seat belts. Here in front, you got two really fast 50 watts wireless chargers for two phones. You see these air vents below? It helps keep your phone cool when you're wirelessly charging them, improving charging performance. Two cup holders, deep storage space in the center console, and there's additional storage space below over here as well. So good to keep small bags, small handbags. And now let's go for a short 12-minute drive to IKEA Tampines. I was click start. You can see it's fully integrated with Apple CarPlay. And let's make our way. Now, in this car, there are left stalk is for turn signal, right turn, left turn, and the right stalk is for gear. So put my foot in the brake, down, you can see we're in drive mode. The one thing to take note of in this car is that we don't have full single pedal driving. So in the menu, when we go back to the XPENG menu, and you go to the car options, you can see that here in the drive, there are all these drive modes. The steering is a bit lighter than what people would expect, so you can shift the steering here. I'm on maximum regen, X pedal. However, the car will not come to a full stop. It's like 95% there, but it won't come to a full stop. Let me show you. Click on this button to go back to Apple CarPlay, go back to your maps, and let's go for a drive. You can see it has auto hold when you press on the brake, and now let's go forward. As we go forward, you can see that if I let go of my accelerator right now, the car will still creep very slowly at 2 to 1 kilometers per hour. It's really slow now because it's going uphill. But when I go downhill, because there's a slight incline over here, if I go to more level terrain here, and if I let my foot off the accelerator, you can see that the car is still moving very gradually at 2 kilometers per hour. I have to put my foot on the brake, feather it, press harder, then it comes to a full stop. So it's almost single pedal driving, not yet there. So hopefully that comes in soon. All these P here are the car's cameras recognizing all the potential parking spots. So if we see that the parking spot between those two cars over there, you can actually exit the menu, go to XPENG, and you can see the car recognizes all these parking spots. And when we want to park, I put my foot on the brake, I can select this spot, or I can pick a harder spot in between these two cars, click Start Auto Park, and watch how Auto Park performs. What I like about it is that it tells you what it's doing to give you, the driver who's monitoring, confidence. This is not perfect, so the driver must be prepared to take over at any time. And you can see right now, we're well positioned in between both cars. One simple fluid motion. And just like that, parking complete. You can see all the cars around us on our left, on our right. Now let's go for a drive to IKEA Tampines and showcase the driving experience. The foot on the brake, pedal down, and let's drive. So I can turn on the cabin light so you can see me a little bit better in this dark interior cabin, especially at night. The car is silent. There is an artificial sound at low speeds for pedestrian safety. Let me showcase the turn radius. So as I make a full lock turn here in this open space, you can see that it is decent turn radius. I'll say the turn radius is slightly better than the Tesla Model Y. Let me know your experience. When we're ready to exit and we want to go back navigation, just click on the CarPlay button and we're back in Apple CarPlay and the maps. Turn signal left to signal left. And we have clear roads here in Singapore's east. It's a weekday night, so we shouldn't expect too much traffic. So we make our way forward. We've got very good ride height, very good visibility, as you would expect from an SUV like this. And let's lane change. As we make our way forward, let me showcase a little bit of the acceleration. So you can see, very zippy. You would have no problems overtaking on Singapore city streets. When we reach the red light, again, if I let my foot off the accelerator, it will still creep very gently at 2 kilometers per hour. So I still need to press and tap the brake to come to a full stop like this. Here, the car's cameras recognizes the signal light, the street light, so it knows that it's a red light right now. This front arrow will turn green to recognize that we can proceed. And here in Singapore, when there's a car ahead of us, it will chime and says, car ahead has moved forward, to prompt us to move forward. Sometimes if we are distracted, if the driver is sleepy, it's a very helpful feature. The car is comfortable. The front seats have ventilation, very good for warm days in Singapore's climate. And you can see at night, their car cameras are quite bright, quite well lit, allowing you to see with confidence. This is a programmable button. Right now, for most XPENG drivers, they program this asterisk button for camera. So when I click this, it showcases our 360-degree cam. Very useful for tight corners, for parking. When we're done, you click the asterisk again and it's gone. For this car, the left scroll wheel adjusts the climate control. So down for cooler aircon, left, right for fan speed. So I increase the fan speed by going right. I've reduced the fan speed by going left. And later on, to turn on autopilot in this car, or they call it the LCC, like lane cruise control, just double tap the right stalk. You get a minimalist XPENG logo, very clean interior, 18 speakers on this car, good sound system. And so we make our way there. Okay, now double tap on the right stalk to turn on their autopilot. And you can see, it says pay attention, hold on to the steering wheel. The blue line and also the blue steering wheel indicates that I'm on their autopilot. And so you can always just turn it more to pause it, and now it's back to autopilot. So even if my hand's away from the steering wheel, you can see it's controlling, turning along this highway here in the TPE. And it's doing a really good job. We've got 3.5 km, so let's make a right turn and go to center lane. And you can see that I do not need to disengage the autopilot for it to continue working in the highway. Unlike Teslas on basic autopilot requires you to disengage for lane change. And right now, I can just turn this scroll wheel on the left to increase my max speed. So I go up to 75, to 85, or to 80. And you can see that it's following on my max speed instructions. But we know that the space, I can bring it up to 90. And there you go. My foot is not on the accelerator. I am supervising. The car is making all the gradual adjustments by itself. We are making an exit left to exit 5 in 2.3 kilometers. And this is a very smooth experience. XPENG has one of the best autopilot systems I've experienced personally outside of a Tesla. For additional safety, there's a driver monitoring camera on the right A pillar that will prompt in case the driver is not paying attention. This gives peace of mind, makes long road trips less tiring and more enjoyable, allowing us to enjoy the scenery, have a smoother ride, have a drink, have a snack. And you can see again a gentle curve. The car is making all the adjustments. We're passing a heavy vehicle on our left, no problem. And you can see we're going to pass another bus on our left. And again, the car is making all of these adjustments. You can see over here, I feel very safe, very confidently done. And when I'm ready to disengage, at any time the driver can just tap the brake, and then I can just signal, and I'm back to manual control because I'm exiting the next exit to IKEA Tampines. Really, really good intelligent driving assistance. And the benefit is, this comes free for all XPENG owners. You don't have to pay extra to get all of these features. So everything you saw in this video so far, the auto park, the app move forward, backward, the intelligent cruise control, no extra cost at all to XPENG owners. Here we are, arriving soon at our destination. You can see very good visibility on the side mirrors. You can see the signal lights as well on the side mirrors. So we slow down gently. You can see that it handles really well. The only minor downside on the driving experience is some owners will feel that the steering is a bit light. So you can adjust and make the steering heavier, because some people will feel that the feedback isn't as strong. Welcome to IKEA Tampines. We are going to get into this car park and find a parking lot. And here we are, lots of parking on a weekday night. The good thing is that IKEA has been building EV chargers. I see that they're currently under renovation. However, let's stop over here and just let me show you like how we try to park in between two cars. Okay, ahead of us, you'll see two cars, and when we want to park, we go back to the XPENG menu. We select. So this touchscreen, you can actually shift its 2/3. I can make this bigger. If you want to swap the location, 3 fingers. You can see very seamless, very smooth user interface. If you want to park in between these two cars here, I select this. You can see those two cars over there, and I click Start Auto Park when we're ready. This button over here, and I let go of the brake pedal. And let's see, round 2, parking in between two cars. This auto park also works with parallel parking in Singapore. Now, I manually tap the brake. Why? Because you notice this pillar behind us. I felt it was getting a bit close, so as a driver, I just wanted to be more conservative, more safe. At any time, you can take over manually from this auto park, just tap the brake. Let's head outside. Let's see how close we were to the pillar, and let's wrap up this review very soon. I'm going to take my phone with me, so just press this side button, and you open the door, and come join me in front. So as I close the door, let me showcase, like, we are pretty close to this pillar. The car would probably stop up to here. However, if you just want more buffer, especially as a new owner, you're still testing the capabilities of the XPENG G6, don't be afraid to take over at any time. No harm in that. Come join me in front. So the feature that we saw at the beginning of this video, when we are in tighter parking, like right now it's a lot of space in between two cars. But if you're in very tight parking, especially you've got two large SUVs next to you, we can go back to the XPENG app. It has all the core features you expect, like turning on climate control remotely on hot days, opening the trunk, locking the car, and you can go to intelligent parking assistance and forward and reverse. You can bring the car forward and back like so. So just call it forward, and you can see that the car comes out forward. The benefit of this is when you're in a tight car park, it allows you and your passengers to get in and out easily. And it's very easy to control. And when you're done, you want to bring the car back. You make sure that there's no one behind first. And once you let other people come in, then you just pull this button, and you can see the car goes backwards. Very simple, very intuitive, and very easy. Just like that. So let's wrap up on this car. It's got a lot of great tech features. It's one of the most intelligent cars I've seen outside of a Tesla. XPENG has done a great job. Auto parking, remote forward and reverse, lane cruise control. The autopilot in the highways you saw was very competently staying in the lane. It's got a good build quality, very spacious interior, lots of trunk space with 571 liters, and it is a comfortable ride. What could this car do better? Provide us front storage space, give us the option for single pedal driving, and also the other big challenge for XPENG G6 in Singapore now is that Tesla has launched the Cat A version of the Model Y, which now means in Singapore, a Model Y can be bought for a lower price than the XPENG G6. A Cat A Model Y right now costs with today's COE 206,000 Sing dollars inclusive of Cat A COE, whereas this car, the Cat B, starts from 213,000 Sing dollars. On top of that, The road tax for this car is 2.1K, which was a lot lower than the original Model Y Cat B at 3.5K. However, the new Cat A Model Y is a road tax of just 1.5K a year. Because of that, XPENG should consider potentially launching a Cat A version of this car if they would like to compete in Singapore's unique market with COE Cat A and Cat B. I've really enjoyed the experience driving this car the past few days. Let me know what questions you have for the XPENG G6 down in the video comments below. I've seen many friends getting the XPENG G6 as well. They want something unique, something different that is not a Tesla. And if you found this video useful, please click the like button and hit subscribe to stay updated to more videos on EVs. Signing off here in Singapore's East.